This is the After Party, live with Kim McAllister. Pick a couch, grab a drink, and settle into the conversation.
Hey everybody, it is Thursday, Trivia Thursday on the After Party Live. My apologies for the late start. Boy, I thought that Mark Thompson would just never stop. How he does go on. But it was a great show. We had the aviation expert on, Patrick Whale today. Also, Jail Coven, so funny. And I'm looking forward to seeing his special. And then, of course, David Katz. So really good show. And now we get Trivia Thursday with the After Party Live, along with some great stories. And then tonight, just a programming note, 5 p.m., Cocktails, Mocktails, and Politics with Nikki Maduro on the Nikki Maduro Show. So it's a great Thursday, and I'm really glad that you are here for it. And we do have a lot to talk about. So let's jump into some of these stories. So we managed to get just a few of them in. Before we do, I want to check in with you. Hello, hello. Yeah, such a blab that guy is, right? Lots of coffee he had today. I don't need a tardy pass. Thank goodness that you guys are understanding and know the story here. Hey, party people. Awesome. By the way, speaking of party people and the party word, feel free to send me party mail. That's what I'm calling it. You can always send me party mail. And if you have trivia categories or maybe a waterfall you want to showcase, or a place you want to travel for Travel Tuesday, or a cave for Hide in Your Cave Monday, whatever your suggestion, please send me some party mail. This is the address, kim@theafterparty.live. That is where you send the party mail, and I will get that and showcase it on the After Party Live. Okay, let's get to some of the stories that we have today. One of them I saw is that we can expect the new Tesla Cybercab on the streets, unfortunately, very soon. Elon Musk announcing plans for Tesla's robo-taxi service. It is set now to launch in parts of California by the end of 2025. Maybe an earlier rollout in Texas over the summer. They're trying to compete with Waymo, which we know, has been active in cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, parts of Arizona since 2021. Tesla's self-driving approach is a little different. They use cameras and they say simpler sensors rather than the expensive technology that pricey sensors and detailed maps that they have in the Waymo vehicles. I kind of want the more expensive stuff. I don't know. Safety concerns over Tesla's technology, though, have come out, especially after some serious accidents, leading to an investigation, we know, by the National Highway Traffic Administration. The specific cities listed for the initial robo-taxi deployment have not yet been revealed, but they say not only will they be bringing out the robo-taxi and Optimus pilot production in 2025, the Optimus will be able to play the piano and thread a needle. So if you needed someone to come to your house and do those two things for you, Musk said the company will make at least several thousand Optimus robots in 2025, saying their initial use will be for tasks inside Tesla factories, but more widespread after that. So they are including the development of the Optimus humanoid in the future ambitions of the Tesla company. Yeah, I don't know. I guess investors like what they're hearing regarding the cyber taxi and the Optimus Prime robot, because Tesla shares jumped more than 4% in after hours trading. Regarding the cyber taxis, they say that these vehicles will utilize aspects of the next generation platform as well as the current platform and be produced on the same manufacturing lines as the current vehicle lineup. The Cybercab has no steering wheel because it's only built to serve as a robotaxi. And they're going to begin volume production of cyber taxis in 2026. So I don't know. They say that their autonomous driving system, which has had so much criticism, continues to rapidly improve with the aim of ultimately exceeding human levels of safety. Uh-huh. We'll see how that rolls out, see how that works. Here we go, into the future, kicking and screaming. From that to this, I think this is time to relax. No more stress. ABC7 in San Francisco has this crazy cool video of a dolphin super pod, and this was sent via party mail, but I wanted to play this for you because it's so cool. Check it out. Yeah. Look at all of those dolphins. Is that amazing? There's a gathering of more than 1,500 dolphins captured on drone video off the coast of California, Carmel Bay, of course, Monterey Bay area. This is an unusual super pod of more than 1,500 of them. One of the captains of the Monterey Bay Whale Watch boat, his name is Evan Brodsky. He said they were on the horizon as almost as far as he could see. So cool. So they're Rizzo's dolphins is what they are. And yeah, it's really, really beautiful. Oops, wrong video there. But yeah, so cool. This super pod of dolphins from a 20-foot inflatable boat. Captain Brodsky and his team were originally out looking for gray whales, but they managed to come across this the dolphins jumping out of the Monterey Bay, peeking around as they leaped into the air. Incredible. And these are not small dolphins. These are as much as 1,100 pounds. They can be up to 13 feet long. Really cool. Some were even swimming in front of the inflatable, using the waves to propel them forward, or bow riding. They were having a great time, breaching everywhere, tail slapping, coming right over to the boat. Looked like they were having a big old party. Super pod in the Monterey Bay. From dolphins to groundhogs. They're so cute. Unfortunately, yeah, groundhog fail. Turns out they're not really good at predicting weather. I know that's what we all know, the Groundhog Day coming up in February, right? The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration released a study detailing the annual predictions of groundhogs, including Punxsutawney Phil. And no, not good. Mm-mm. One prairie dog statue and a tortoise were apparently the most accurate in predicting whether spring would come early or late. But groundhogs have been predicting the weather for about 20 years, and they were included in this study. The most accurate weather predictor of the bunch when looking at animals, creatures, and inanimate objects was off Staten Island. It's called Staten Island Chuck, who accurately predicted the arrival of spring 85% of the time. The rest in the top five: Georgia's General Beauregard Lee, 80%, a Wyoming prairie dog statue named Lander Lil, 75%, a mythical West Virginia groundhog named Concord Charlie, 65% accuracy, and Illinois' Gertie the Groundhog, 65%. Pennsylvania's Punxsutawney Phil, 17th place, predicting the weather accurately only 35% of the time. Not so good. No. Yeah. There's a lot of criticism of using groundhogs in this way as well, that maybe they're not treated well, bringing them out in front of big crowds freaks them out. Maybe this is a tradition that we should stop. Mm. Uh, but yeah, there's this study ahead of the Groundhog Day, which is on, by the way, Sunday, February 2nd, showing that, yeah, using groundhogs for weather predicting accuracy might not be the best move by humans. This is a gross picture. I'm so sorry. I know. What is it? You ask. Clearly a spider, right? It's a zombie spider infected with fungus, like The Last of Us. Been discovered in Northern Ireland, found in an abandoned gunpowder storeroom. There was a team of scientists plural, filming this documentary in Northern Ireland, and they discovered this fungus. They say it's a new kind of fungus that appears to manipulate spiders' behavior and turn them into zombie spiders. As if spiders weren't scary enough, now there's zombie spiders. Fantastic. The study is published January 24th in the journal Fungal Systematics and Evolution, because we all subscribe to that one. Ooh, the latest edition of Fungal Systematics and Evolution has arrived. The shadowed orb weaver or orb weaving cave spider appears to serve as the fungus's or fungi's primary host. This is a spider that's pretty reclusive. It's found across Europe in these dark, damp, dank habitats. It was found during the filming of the BBC series Winter Watch in Northern Ireland in 2021. They found this infected specimen on the ceiling of an abandoned gunpowder storeroom. They took images of that, and they say this is a new fungal species that may be infecting this spider. It's called Gibellula attenboroughi. It potentially releases fungal spores that can manipulate the spider's activity. Most of the infected spiders were found on the roof or the wall of caves in Northern Ireland. The fungus also appeared to infect a related spider species as well. The spiders appeared to have left their webs or lairs and migrated to die when exposed to this fungus. Very similar behavior in the ants infected by the fungus as well, the cordyceps fungus, right? In the Brazilian rainforest. Cultures taken from these fungi show behavioral changing metabolites, including dopamine. The electrical signals emitted by king oyster mushrooms can also be used to control the movements of a biohybrid robot developed from a team from Cornell University. So, all the ways we have of controlling things. Yikes. The authors of the study think the role of the fungus in spider population dynamics warrants further study. You think? As do the metabolites they produce, which enable them to exploit such a highly specific ecological niche. Yeah. And if you were wondering, Gibellula Attenborough is named after famed broadcaster and natural historian Sir David Attenborough. Several other species have been named after him as well. Oh, yikes. Check this out. Kind of looks like something familiar, right? The style is familiar, maybe. Ah, I think it looks very familiar. Why? Because we've seen this style before. There's a report that suggests this picture painting found and purchased at a garage sale for $50 is actually a long lost Van Gogh. As a matter of fact, there's a New York based art firm now announcing that its experts have verified that this painting, bought for $50 from a Minnesota garage sale, is indeed a long lost work by Vincent van Gogh. The painting is titled Elamar. Previously analyzed by the Netherlands Van Gogh Museum, they determined the artwork was not created by Van Gogh. The museum said its determination was based on stylistic features. That this painting, $50 painting, was sold to LMI Group International, which is a New York based art research firm, in 2019. And they now have released a 450-page report detailing exactly why they think it is a Van Gogh. They argue in favor of the previously unknown painting's authenticity as the work of this master. The report indicates that Van Gogh painted Elamar in 1889 while confined to a French psychiatric asylum, which is the same place where Starry Night was created. They say art experts and historians, scientists, data analysis were all used to show that their evidence includes the analysis of the writing in the word Elamar in the corner of the painting, an analysis of the materials used to create the painting, DNA analysis of a red hair found in the painting that was determined to have come from a human male. The report also states the painting contains several stylistic elements consistent with Van Gogh's known works. What do you think? Does it look like a Van Gogh to you? I mean, we're no experts over here on the after party, but looks kind of Van Gogh-y to me. LMI Group, which now owns the painting and says it's a Van Gogh, they plan to present the report's findings to a group of Van Gogh scholars and dealers. If they can authenticate that this is indeed a Van Gogh, this painting would be worth an estimated $15 million. That's a far cry from the $50 paid for it at a garage sale in Minnesota. I'm going to the chat. Do you think it looks like a Van Gogh? Because I'm thinking very Van Gogh-y to me. So Van Gogh-y, if that's a word. That's my new word. It's a party word. So Van Gogh-y that it looks familiar even. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to the chat. See what you have to say. Michael says, yep. Mm-hmm. Phineas says, Starry, Starry Night. Paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul. Ooh, poetry on the party. Party poetry. Michael says, look at the brush strokes, refining the style. SF Tesla getting techie about it says you can do a carbon 14 test on the paint, plus or minus 125 years. Yeah. Wow, what a return on investment, says Donald the Maine Coon, for $50, right? Paint by numbers, oil look. I think it yeah. Mindy says Van Gogh. Mm-hmm. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Eileen's very afraid of spiders. You and me both, my friend. I'm gluing my eyes to the chat side to avoid a full-on viewing of that thing. Here's the deal, Eileen. I won't bring up the fungus spider at the end when I roll all the comments, okay? Just for you. I know it's hard for me to look at bugs up close too, especially spiders. Uh Dutch DNA. Maybe they will run a DNA test on that piece of hair found embedded in the painting. I don't know. Wonder what LMI paid for it. Probably a lot less than 15 million, right? Chris from Menlo Park says it's in the style of Van Gogh. Perhaps maybe not Van Gogh, but in the style of? I don't know. Teacher Lori says, "Oh my God, Van Gogh!" Right? I think it's Van Gogh too. SF Tesla says, "You know it's real when all these iPhones toting tours take selfies with it." Mm, wonder if I can get a vanity plate for my van that says "Go." My uncle was an art professor, says Michael, and painter in a private Midwestern college. So I'm leaning towards Van Gogh. Well, since you have the family connection there, yes. Michael says, do you have any recent garage sale acquisitions, like a $50 painting? I will write the 500-page report if it gives us a chance at increasing its value to $1 million. John says, it looks like a Van Gogh, but that doesn't prove it's a Van Gogh. I don't know. I I'm stamping it with the party Van Gogh likely. What do you think? That's my thought. Who knows? Who knows? Nullifidian says I've heard his name pronounced differently. Since you bring it up, let me tell you what an idiot I am. I had one of my very first traffic reports was on KQED in San Francisco radio. You maybe have heard this story before. And I'm from the North Bay, you know, new traffic reporter. I'm going to make some mistakes, but on KQED, you don't make mistakes because they get really upset. Especially the listeners are very hoity toity when they call in and want to correct you. And I said that there was an accident in San Francisco. Avoid taking Go Street. Of course, it's Goff. But I was thinking Van Gogh. No, it's Gough Street. You would have never seen the phones lit up with a mistake like that one. Crazy. You remember me on KQED? That's funny. Yeah. My reports got better as I aged. All right. Oh, John says AIs can do very good Van Goghs these days. I think they have looked at the paint samples though, and perhaps they're similar in nature to what was used at that psychiatric hospital in that same time frame. I don't know. I haven't read the 450-page argument for why this is a Van Gogh, but they say it is. Yeah. Yeah. Grey Poupon country. It was common on KQED that if a new reporter, and I never made this mistake, but people did, said the Sierras with an S instead of just the Sierra, the phones would ring off the hook of people correcting that new reporter. It's not the Sierras, it's the Sierra. You wonder why people care so much about a mistake like that. Like, what would prompt you to call and make that correction? But hey, whatever floats your boat. Mm. No, that was from the studio. Yeah. All right, we'll move on from this alleged Van Gogh to, speaking of traffic reports. Uh-oh, that's some spilled milk right there. And this reminds me of the old traffic reporting days because of the jokes that would come inevitably in the newsroom where the traffic center was. This accident happened in Florida. They spilled 4,160 gallons of milk onto a Florida highway. It was bad. The Palm Beach County Fire Rescue said the crash happened just after midnight Wednesday on I-95 when a Borden truck lost its load. Hundreds of crates of milk hit the road and exploded. 11 people were evaluated by paramedics after this, here it comes, utterly unfortunate crash. No one need to be moved to the hospital. See, even the police are in on it. Firefighters say there was 4,160 gallons of milk that were spilled across the roadway. Took them about 3 hours to clean up this creamergency. I'm telling you, quite a mess they have to contend with right there. Here is the lotto of the day. Look at Jacqueline. She just won $1 million. She looks pretty happy about it too. Jacqueline, and I don't make the connection that God wanted her to win this money, but she had hidden her lottery ticket in a Bible. See, maybe you just need to keep your lottery ticket in a Bible for a little while, and good Bible juju will rub off on you. This woman, Jacqueline Mangus, is from Virginia. She says that storing her lottery ticket in her Bible was very lucky because she won $1 million prize in Virginia's New Year's Millionaire raffle. She had tucked her raffle ticket away in her Bible after buying it at the Lake Mart and Deli in Monetta, Virginia. She said she was watching the news and learned that a ticket bought in Monetta was actually the $1 million winner. So she went to her Bible and she opened it up and she slowly pulled her ticket from the creaky pages of the Bible. She said she was just tickled to death to discover the $1 million ticket was in her own hands. No plans so far revealed for her winnings, but a big thumbs up to Jacqueline Mangus for her winning $1 million lottery Bible ticket. Yeah. Okay. Can I show you? Oh, you know what? I wanted to show you. There's so many things I want to show you, but we have to go and get on the stick because I don't know how many people can stay past 2. So it's time for Trivia Thursday after party style. And I have some full on random questions for you today. Okay, hold on. I have to go to I'm going to the chat. Here we go. Sanctified lotto ticket, says Santi, but it was a Trump Bible. That's why. Oh no. As if Tesla doesn't recall seeing a Bible for sale in 7-Eleven. Oh no. Yeah, they don't sell they should sell, maybe they'll now start selling the Bible with the lottery ticket. Buy your Trump Bible and your lottery ticket at the same time. Okay, you guys ready? Here it is. Oh, am I ignoring you? I'm ignoring my husband. The after party live, if I don't pronounce the R in February or the TH in clothes. Yes, February has a brew in it, library has a rare in it, and clothes has a TH in it. So that's how we roll in my house. Children speak how their parents speak. So we have to speak right, or they're going to go through life mispronouncing things. Okay. All right, here we go. Here's the first trivia question of the day. In 2011, what ratio of divorce filings mentioned Facebook in their divorce deposition? Was it 1 out of every 5 divorces, 1 out of every 10 divorces, 1 out of 2? What ratio of divorce filings mentioned Facebook in their deposition? This was in 2011, but it's probably pretty accurate. 1 in 30, according to CDog. Nullifidian said half, 1 out of every 2. 40% says Deidre. 15%, 5 out of 10. Nancy has it. It's 1 out of every 3. 1 out of every 3 divorce filings mentioned Facebook in 2011. Well done, Sandy. Nice. Next question. What is an unlikely job that Pope Francis used to have? An unlikely job that Pope Francis used to have. A pope that worked as a what? Lots of cheaters back then. Probably lots of cheaters now too, Phineas. Yes, he was a bouncer at a nightclub. Chris from Menlo Park has it. The Pope was a bouncer at a nightclub. That is an unlikely job for a Pope, and yet that is the case. He was a bouncer. So Chris from Menlo Park had it, and I think, is that it? Yeah. Well done. You stand out amongst the crowd, Chris from Menlo Park. Well done. Next question. The German word for Kummerspeck directly translates in English to grief bacon. What does it actually mean? The German word Kummerspeck. It translates to grief bacon, but what does it actually mean? Kummerspeck. Ooh, Rhonda said bouncer too. Nice. What does it mean? It does not mean sausage. Oh, Rev P also had it. Nice. Comfort food, good guess. Nope. Mm-mm. Sad hog, nope. Hot dog, nope. A sad piggy, good guess. Kind of. It does not translate to bouncer. Nice try. Gravy. Kummerspeck. It directly translates to grief bacon, but what it means is guilt from eating too much. So I guess you could say on Thanksgiving you have some Kummerspeck, right? There's an ingredient called pearl essence. It's used in things like lipstick to give them a sheen. What is pearl essence actually made out of? Pearl essence. Sounds so lovely. Did you have it, Rev? I didn't see. Just scroll back and see. Oh, you had bouncer. Did you have grief from eating too much or guilt from eating too much? I don't see that you had that. I'm sorry if I missed it. It is made from, here's the answer, slug slime, good answer. Oil, pearls, that's what you think of. Ooh, they take the sheen off of the pearls and they make your lipstick out of pearls. No. Mother of pearl, seashell, fungus, snail mucus, whale oil, fish scales. Josh is correct. Pearl essence is made of fish scales. Ew, your lipstick is made of fish scales. No for the snail boogers. Josh has fish scales. Fingernails. Nice. Yeah, I know. Ew, right? It is made of fish scales. Nasty. So next time you look at your lipstick, that's fishy, says Mindy. Indeed. I know these questions are really random today. What is the unit the speed of a computer mouse is measured in? What is the unit of speed the computer mouse is measured in? Josh says, I filleted a lot of fish. Can I give you a big old kiss full of fish scales, lipstick? Ugh. Milliseconds is a good guess. Donald says milliseconds as well. What unit is the speed of your computer mouse measured in? And this is kind of along the lines of the answer I'm looking for. Mindy says mouse tracks. Droppings, says Deidre. DPI, droppings per inch. Pixels, centimeters per second. Clicks, droppings. Who knew this? The unit is called a Mickey. The unit speed of computer mouses are measured in Mickeys. Get it? Mickey Mouse? I don't know who makes this up, but this is the question and this is the answer. Okay, I don't expect you guys to know this next one, but this is wild. This is wild. Dietrich says that actually makes sense. Yeah, Mickey Mouse. There you go. Okay, here's the question. What science pioneer, think of a big name in science, invented the spinning office chair? Could this be true? I want to make sure before I tell you guys this. Okay, the inventor of the spinning office chair. Who really invented it? I I don't know. I don't know if this is true, but yeah, it is true. Apparently it's true. The spinning office chair was invented by, going back, I got a Steve Jobs, I got a Thomas Jefferson, I got a Dizzy Dean, I got an Einstein, a Bell. This is the correct answer. Charles Darwin invented the spinning office chair. Uncle Jim throwing it down. Yeah, Charles Darwin, the spinning office chair. And I just looked it up to make sure. And here's what I found. Uh, As for the classic office chair we know and love today, it is thought to have originated more than 2 centuries ago in the rather resourceful wooden armchair on wheels created by Charles Darwin. Darwin attached some legs and wheels to his chair so that he could maneuver around his workspace more easily and access his specimens more easily. So it was Charles Darwin that invented the spinning office chair. Okay. This is something you can use at work, some information and knowledge that you can use at work. Uncle Jim said Darwin's chair had wheels, but I don't think it had a center pivot. David says the rotating seat was invented by Jefferson. Charles Darwin was the one we were looking for. David. What percentage of songs played on Canadian radio must be made by Canadian recording artists? I don't think we have that rule in the United States. A certain percentage of songs have to be played by American artists. What percentage of songs played on Canadian radio must be made by a Canadian recording artist? What do we have here? We don't. First rule of trivia, never question the trivia question. 11,780 says Uncle Jim, 23% with Cameo, 50% says Nullifidian, Sea Dog 70, John Watson 51%, eh? 25% from Chris and Menlo, 1/3 from William, 75%, 90%. That's a lot. 90%, 25%, 75%. 33% is probably the closest we've come. Oh, it's a mutiny. It's a trivia mutiny. What percentage of songs played on Canadian radio must be made by a Canadian recording artist? 35%. Yep, I'm going to give it to Chris on this one. Chris Wilson. He said 33%. That's pretty close. Deidre says, I'm with David on this one. Jefferson is widely credited with inventing his own swivel chair in 1775, which he called the revolving Windsor armchair. But did he put wheels on it and did it spin? I don't know. I'm going to stick with Charles Darwin. You guys might be right, but never question the trivia. You know. Peter says, speaking of Darwin, April 5th is the 100th anniversary of the law that led to the Scopes monkey trial in July of 1925. We'll have to look it up. Very interesting. Okay, next question. Do I have a next question for you? I do. This is a weird one. No, I'm not going to ask you that. That's dumb. What? This is also dumb, but I'm going to ask it anyway, because you'll probably figure it out really fast. What unlikely fluid was taxed by Roman Emperor Vespasian in the 1st century AD? What unlikely fluid was taxed by Roman Emperor Vespasian in the 1st century AD? He put a tax on what? Yes, he did. He put a tax on urine. Deidre got it. That's exactly what he did. Because everybody does it, so everyone has to pay up. John has it as well. Nancy has it. I knew you guys would get that one. Yeah, it was urine. I know. Super gross, right? Gladiator sweat. Speaking of which, I watched Gladiator 2 last night. I'm going to say that Tim Seco was right. It was meh. Yeah. Ew. Trump is going to do that next. What a pisser, says Peter. Yeah, it's totally a pisser, right? Come on. What is the name for a duel held between 3 people instead of 2? What's the name of a duel held between 3 people instead of 2? So it's a duel if it's between 2 people. If you have 3 people, it's a what? Yeah, Ren. Oh, hold on at first. Hold on, scroll back. It's Uncle Jim says it's a truel. That's exactly right. Nullifidian says truel. David says truel. Trifecta, not a bad answer, but Ren had truel. It's a Mexican standoff. It's a 3-way. Oh my. A threesome? A menage a trois? A trifecta? Teacher Lori has truel. Nancy has truel. Yeah, it's a truel. I had never heard the word before, so okay. Lastly, let's do this one. The word Eskimo is now considered outdated and offensive, in part because of its original meaning. What is the meaning of the word Eskimo? I never had either, Liz, but I knew these folks would get it. They're very smart. Ren says, is a duel with giga people a gruel? I don't know. Oh, are they hard? I'm sorry. I kind of thought they were random. I was learning a lot reading them, so maybe they are too hard. I don't know. He who hunts whales, seal molester, Inuit. I don't know, says Judy. The meaning of the word Eskimo is fish eater. Kind of. That's probably as close as we're going to get. The meaning of the word Eskimo is one who eats raw meat, or eater of raw meat is what it means. So kind of fish eater in a way. Yeah. Interesting. And that's offensive. Eater of raw meat. Okay, here's the last one. What type of apparel is exempt from taxation in Texas? What type of apparel cannot be taxed in Texas? Not on my bingo card. Phineas says linguists believe Eskimo is derived from a Montagnais Innu word meaning netter of snowshoes. Different interpretations. Never question trivia. Shoes. The answer is cowboy boots. I'll accept shoes. Uh-huh. Boots, says William. Yep, it's boots. Boots, says Nancy. Peter's got the cowboy boots. Deidre has the cowboy boots. A lot of hats, cowboy hats. Hats or boots? It's the boots. Liz says boots. MAGA hats cannot be taxed. No. Yeah, it's the cowboy boots. And with that, we have Trivia Thursday. Thank you for playing. If you have suggestions for, can you buy them on a Sunday along with your booze? Yeah, probably not. Heather says jock straps. Yeah, well, your boots are kind of like a jock strap in Texas. All right. If you have a specific category of trivia that you would like me to include next week, please email it to me, party mail it to me. Kim@theafterparty.live is how to get a hold of me. Again, it's Kim@theafterparty.live. I am very excited to tell you that I will be seeing you tonight at 5 p.m., where David is tasked with creating a cocktail so that Nikki and I can sip away our sorrows as we discuss the day's news. Please join me at 5 p.m. for the Nikki Maduro Show here on YouTube. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the contributions to the show, for being here and participating, and for making this a really fun hour. I really appreciate you, all of you, being part of this community. All right, go out there, make it a great day, and in just under 3 hours, I'll meet you right back here on YouTube for the Nikki Maduro Show. But until then, have a really good one. Bye, everybody.
The After Party Live would like to thank the following contributors and viewers like you.
I'm sorry, my husband just came into the room and tells me what I'm 110% what?
You're 110% wrong. on the swivel chair. There's a conceptual drawing.
No. Never question trivia.
But
Never question.
Jefferson
It's a
is
rule of
friend.
trivia.
Jefferson is friend.
Right, Nancy? Thank you.